We're live, baby. We're live from the Great White North. What is going on, everybody? Welcome, welcome. Happy Easter, happy Passover. What else is there? Happy holidays. Anyone that's celebrating this weekend for the Lord up above. Anyways, welcome. This is the first. Oh, who just popped in? Someone just popped in. This will be the first of many series that I'm going to do, hopefully every Sunday, same time, 5 p.m., in regards to the vending industry, because I don't see anyone going live, really. And this is an industry that obviously I do, a lot of people do, that there's not a lot of live streams answering questions, that kind of stuff. So I figured, hey, why not? If we can get a lot of people in here, help each other out. I see a lot of questions being asked on Facebook, but they're just left in the dirt there with no one really answering. I try to answer as much as possible, as best I can. But hey, let's do it live. Why not, right? So that's what we're all about today. We are discussing the vending industry, Canada versus the States, with COVID, everything that's going on. Lots of topics we can discuss today. So, who is in the chat? Someone just left. So we're discussing vending today, and a lot of questions that I've seen on Facebook and YouTube, all those different channels in regards to vending, is one, there's not a lot of people in Canada posting in regards to vending. Canada is a totally different ball game when it comes to vending. We have winter, and a lot of vending, we have to be careful because one, I know for me that I don't have any vending machines outside. All my vending machines are indoors at businesses. I have seen too many times where it's out in the public or outside and vending machines get damaged, and it's just too big of a risk. Some guys drinking, and they lose their money and they just smash the machine up, and you go in to do a refill or something and it's just destroyed. So I try to stay away from vending machines placed outside. I know there's a lot more location availability when you're doing outdoors, and people keep popping in and popping out. I wonder if it's the people that used to do I used to do live streams with coin roll hunting and metal detecting, that kind of stuff, but the ground is just starting to thaw out this week, so we're gonna get back into some metal detecting. I don't do vending full-time just yet. I'd like to, but it's not a full-time gig right now, so it's more of a work 1-2 days a week, 3, 4, 5 hours a day, maybe. And the rest of the time I have, locating other locations and finding locations to. Oh, I'm live, by the way. Yeah, I know that. Thanks. So I was going to wait for more people to come in. I just did a bunch of posts on Facebook. I know it's kind of an odd time, dinner time, and people visiting family, which is fine. I understand if we don't get too many people in here. It's understandable. But I figure it's a Sunday here in Canada. The weather's starting to get nice, so maybe people are starting to go outdoors, that kind of stuff too. So, but that is all right. We're going to stick around for at least an hour just to see how things pan out, to see if we get a lot of people in here asking questions, and hopefully we do. And if you are watching this after the live stream, thank you so much for coming. I greatly appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, please over there somewhere hit the subscribe button, turn on the notifications bell, so YouTube can notify you when I go live again. And we'll be doing giveaways, that kind of stuff too, on the channel every now and then. Excuse me. Oh, these glasses are killing me. So the one thing that a lot of people are having issues with is finding locations. Now, there are locating services out there. I really don't. I'm sure there are a lot of legit ones out there, but I kind of don't trust them. And I'll tell you why. I don't have any personal experience, just what I've heard. I know that's not a good way to go about it, but really, if you're finding locations, from what I've seen on the internet, basically they find a location, get a yes, sell that yes. They don't do any homework. You know, how many staff are there? Has there been vending machines there before? You know, if you have questions in regards to this kind of stuff, comment down below, and you know, after the stream, and we'll try to answer those questions as good as possible. Now, we have here in Canada, there are probably, I mean, we have Costco in the States. You guys have, I think you guys have Costco in the States as well, but you have Sam's Club. Oh, someone just popped in. Hello, where are you from? Don't be shy. There is a lot of Costco's. When Costco first opened up, they were business geared. Now it's more family geared, because obviously they figured out that, hey, there's more families that will shop here than businesses. But there is still one business geared location not too far from me, and their selection is quite big. So that's kind of good, but it's kind of out of my way. And the prices aren't really that good, but they do still have a big selection. Funny thing is, when I used to manage restaurants, we had I think it was a Coke or a Pepsi rep told me that they can't beat the prices from Costco, from their own company. They can't, because Costco, they get special deals, they get special pricing, and they buy truckloads of Coke, truckloads of each product, so they get an amazing deal, and they have stores all across Canada and the US, so they get good deals. So there's an app here in Canada. I don't know if you guys have it in the States. I watched Happy Vending earlier, and he was doing the thing where he's flipping through all the flyers. We have an app here in Canada called Flip, F-L-I-P-P. Now that's it, right? No, it's kind of hard to see, but Flip. So basically, what they do is all the flyers. You know, I have to type in my postal code, and all the flyers in my area with you know, I can do a radius of whatever. All those flyers come up. So or I can hit the search button, type in Coke, search, and all the Coke deals come up, or Pepsi or ginger ale or root beer or whatever. So here's one. It's not. Well, the first one here is the Great Canadian Superstore. $8.48 for a 2-4. Now, I know a lot of places in the States. Who did I watch? I forget who it was that I watched, but they got four 12 packs for $10. Now, that is an amazing deal. I commented, I go, hey, get me some pop and ship it up here to Canada. I'll send you the shipping cost, because that is an amazing deal. So this is pretty good for finding deals when it comes to pop. Now, unless you're doing bulk vending, there's not a lot of deals for full line vending when it comes to candy. Chocolate bars, different story. Same thing. You type in the specific chocolate bar, and it'll pop up. So let's type in Twix. TWIX. Do you guys have Twix in the States? Yeah, I guess you would, right? Twix. No, nothing. A bunch of mattresses come up. So I do have two major suppliers that I go to that I know of. Hopefully there are probably more out there, smaller ones. Now these are more cash and carry, but their prices are still good. One is called Dworkins. They have quite a big selection for bulk, for full line, and they also have restaurant supplies. And the other one is automatic product, something like that, AP, something like that. But their selection is not as big as Dworkins, so I go to Dworkins, and they're open 6 days a week, 8:00 in the morning, which is nice. Because you can get your day over with quick, which I like. So yeah, and there's all you got to do for Dworkins is give them your HST number or your tax exempt number, sign up, and away you go. And you could shop there. There's no minimum. I know with a lot of the suppliers, like the big ones like Flanagan, Cisco, who else is there? Flanagan, Cisco. God, I can't think of it right now. Flanagan's, Cisco. Anyways, you have to actually, there's a minimum order. Majority of those are $300 to $500. Now, that's that's like your majority of those places are for like restaurants and stuff like that. I know Cormark, they will do convenience stores, but again, they're buying full cases and a lot of them. So they have a bit more buying power, and there's multiple stores that this one Circle K here in Canada, previously Max Milk, that I talked to the owner and I said, "Hey, who's your supplier?" And he told me, he said, Cormark. So it was, and I checked out the website, and the one thing that I don't like about a lot of websites is you have to sign up and give them all your information, blah, blah, blah. And I like going to websites where I can search. And if it's got stuff that I like, then I'll sign up, right? So, but yeah. So we'll change the topic a little bit. We'll talk about COVID. I know the States is just getting crushed by COVID when it comes to vending. The population, I mean, we have 32 million in Canada. The States has 300 and change million. So it is a lot different in the States. There's a lot more, the population is a lot more in the States. But it depends on how you look at it. Now, a lot of businesses, in the beginning, everyone just got shafted right from the get-go. Because they shut everyone down, period. They shut everyone down, and it was, people didn't know what was going on. Someone just popped in, popped out, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm doing this for myself, for people to watch after too. If we get some people live, that's great. If not, that's okay too. We'll still keep going, because I want to get the information out there. We're going to be doing this hopefully every Sunday, 5 p.m. If we get some comments saying do it a bit later, we'll probably do it 6 p.m., maybe 7, because everyone's kind of come home from their route. And a lot of people, though, this is a side gig, so they have their regular full-time job, and then they get off 5, 6 o'clock. They come home and they relax. So maybe we'll switch it up to 6 o'clock next week. We'll see. Comment down below what you would like to do. So the whole premise of this was to get a bunch of people in here and just ask questions live, ask online and to get the questions answered. Because like I said earlier in the beginning of the broadcast, I'll see questions and I'll try to answer as much as possible, but there's stuff that's been posted for days, and people are just starting out and they're hurting because they don't know how to, like this one guy in the States, in Florida, he didn't know how to price the machine. Something was wrong, so I just texted him and he called me right away. But I was busy. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do chat, Zoom chat, whatever. So I just told him, I said, this is what you do. He had the same machine I do, or I did, Dixie Narco 501. I have about 3 of those. And I said, do this. And I told him there is a way to do it, to price everything all at once. Hello, whoever just came in the chat, say hello. Tell me where you're from. I told him there is a way how to do it, to price everything at once, but I just picked up the Dixie Narcos and I haven't got there yet, but I do know how to price it individually. So that's the way I showed him. So, but yeah, so I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. We were talking about getting as many people in as possible, asking questions. We're talking about COVID. That's what it was, COVID. So for me, I did vending about 25 years ago. Basically, I was the maintenance guy for 6 tennis courts, and they had vending machines. And every time I was there, because I'd go at night, I'd do it overnight, and I'd say, God, there's never any stuff in the vending machines. Back then, it was just pop machines that they had. There are no snack machines. And he goes, well, we just don't have time to fill it up, and people forget to go and get pop because they're doing it on their own, right? It's their own machines. So I said, let me do it, and I'll take care of it. Obviously, I'll pay for the pop, but I want to keep the money too, right? So the machines are yours. You keep them, and I will fill them. I will restock them. But the one thing is, he wouldn't let me change the price of the machine, so that kind of sucked. So I did that for about 4 years, and I moved. So because the machines weren't mine, we just upped and left. Also because the company was bought out by somebody else, and they just did their own thing. Hey, Mikey, how's it going, buddy? Thanks for popping in. We're talking vending today. Vending, one of my other side hustles, if I may. Talking about vending in the vending industry and Canada versus the States, COVID, all that kind of stuff. And speaking of, where did I put it? I got to show you something that I got in one of my vending machines, which is funny because out of all the coin roll hunts that I did, never found one. Vending machine, I found one. A Victory Toonie. First one out of a vending machine. Me like it. I'm in New Jersey visiting family. Oh, right on, buddy. Right on. Well, happy Easter, Passover, whatever else you guys are doing. Happy holidays to you. I hope everyone's keeping safe, and you guys are having a nice Easter dinner, I bet. So, but for me, COVID was kind of a good thing. I hope you don't mind. I'm going to light up. COVID was kind of a good thing. I'll explain why in the vending business, because I've been wanting to get back into it for years, but the time wasn't right. My current job was taking up a lot of my time, and I couldn't focus on it like the way I wanted to. So But then COVID hit. So COVID just kicked me square downstairs. And, you know, they basically wanted us to come back, but kind of run the whole thing ourselves, like one manager, one cook all day. The hours were short. It was a 10-hour day, but that is, making sure everything was there. Obviously, the restaurant inside was done. It wasn't in operation. It was takeout, but then it was just. But I still had to do my regular duties as a GM, and it wasn't that bad. But there was no support, because if anything went wrong, I called my area manager, but he was off because of COVID too. And I called the head office. No one's there. No one's answering the phone. Leave a message. So it was very frustrating. But then eventually the new owners took over, and my job was obsolete because I was getting paid a nice chunk of change, and they figured they could do it themselves. So I was gone. So I thought, perfect time. Let me look into vending again. So because all these businesses are shutting down, people are freaking out. And, their vending machines, they can't even get into them and to take the money out, to take the product out, to do anything. So they're selling off the vending machines and the routes and the locations like dirt cheap. So I'm like, bing, this is my chance. So in the past month, I picked up 6 locations, 6 machines for dirt cheap, and all in Canada, all, very close. And it was amazing. 5 locations, 7 machines. 2 locations have 1 snack, 1 pop. The others have like combos. But one location is still kind of slow. I'm in talks with another location about having vending machines there, and they have double the staff. So I got my BU 1955 Ben Franklin $50 Bugs Bunny variety and other coins from Big Flip yesterday. Wow, that's pretty cool. What, did you buy it or win it? Or I'm trying to get rid of these. I don't want to go to the bank, but I got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 rolls of 50-cent pieces. I've gone through them. But I only paid face value, like $180 Canadian for it. I did a swap for $50 for $49. Wow. Oh, cool. Right on. Cool. So yeah, back to the COVID and the locations. So I was finding locations with machines for like a quarter of the price. And I did a bit of research. Due diligence. I'm like, how long were the machines there? How many staff are there? When? And I would talk to some places didn't want me talking to the business owners, which is understandable. So, but these guys are like, oh, there's this one guy tried to say there's 400 employees, and I'm like, I was parked outside. There's not 400 spaces for cars. So maybe they thought it was throughout the whole company. So I'm like, yeah, they wanted, like, it was an older machine. There was a bill validator and new bill validator on one, new coin mechs on both. But they wanted $5,000, and these machines were like 20 years old. I'm like, there's no flipping way I'm giving you that much money. If I were to grade it, would be 50 to 60 bucks coin with the Bugs Bunny. Oh, pretty cool, man. That's cool. Right on. God, I love these smokes. You don't smoke them, they go out. What a savior. Like, I used to smoke, forget about it, working or whatever, and then just be burnt out. But anyways. So right now, the locations, we are usually, I wasn't going to go on live today because Sunday's my day where I can't go to any location. So I'll just relax with the family, or I'll send out emails. And just do some marketing, whatever, right? Go on Facebook, answer questions. I try to help out as many people as I can. If I know the answer, then I'll definitely try to help them out. I'll send out emails. I just probably sent out about, I don't know, 30 some odd emails today. I might get one that says yes, but that's the business though, right? Especially with COVID right now, people are still kind of scared. Like, but when I stock my machines, I fully sanitize the product, fully sanitize the machines. And all the money that gets put in, I take out. I don't put it back in the coin mechanism. Any coins I do put in, I'll sanitize, give them a quick spray with Lysol just to make because COVID is, they say that with the new variants, it's really screwy, and a lot of people are getting sick and dying from it. So, let's see. I just got a text message from someone about the stream. Just give me 1 second there, guys. Oh, he was just asking about just general questions. So I'll ask him. I'll ask the questions on here, and I'll answer as best as I can the questions about vending. One of the questions was, how much do vending machines cost? Now, brand new vending machines. What does Mikey say? I'm going on vacation in Florida on Wednesday. During the trip, I'm going to stop at a few coin stores. A couple $100 for my birthday, March 28th. Oh, happy birthday, my friend. Someone just popped in. Who popped in? Say hello. We're talking vending today. No coin roll hunts, no metal detecting, but that's okay. Ask whatever you want. So one of the questions was, how much does it cost to buy vending machines? Now, it depends. It depends on how you're looking at it. If you got the money, buy brand new because you get warranties. We got 4 people in the house. Say hello, everyone. Say hello. Don't be shy. Vending machines brand new is good because you got warranties. You get, majority of the time with brand new machines, you'll get the customer service, tech support. Now, the people that I buy my machines from, a couple of them were already on location, and a couple of them were bought from a supplier. So, I can just call them whenever, right? They're pretty good that way. It's a small little company, and they're pretty good with that. So they don't mind. They don't charge extra for tech support over the phone, which a lot of the companies do charge for tech support for vending, because that's how that's part of the plan when you get a brand new machine. Now, brand new machines, they can cost up to, depending on what it is. I've seen vending machines like $8,000. Now, to me, that is insane. Especially when you're just starting out. Like, if you do your homework and look into the machines, you can buy used machines for like 10% of that, right? In Canada, depending on the machine, the range is like, you can get a good machine a few years old for maybe 25, $3,000, or a little bit older, for like 800 to 1,000, 1,200, 15. Now, a lot of the products a lot of the vending machines that I see online, the way I think about it is, what does Coke use? What does Pepsi use? They use a lot of the Dixie Narcos. So if big companies like that trust those machines, and ACS is the cheapest, but most people prefer PGC. Yeah. I don't know. I have to have a coin that's worth a lot of money to get it because it's $20, right? If it's not worth $20, then why bother? But anyways, if Coke and Pepsi use Dixie Narco, then they're good machines. And everyone that I was talked to about Dixie Narco machines, they're workhorses. The only problem with buying used older machines after like 20 years or so, they stop making parts. So unless you can buy a machine for dirt, like say the compressor's gone, but everything else is perfect, and it's a couple $100, buy it, because that'll be your parts machine, and you can get those machines for dirt cheap. And if you have the space in your garage or your shop or wherever your warehouse, do it, because that could be your parts machine. And then once it's all gutted, whatever, scrap it for, $50, $100 for the metal. So that's my take on I don't have any brand new. All mine are used. And everyone that talks about the business, they're all about buying used vending machines. Buying brand new is great. If you got the money, if you can do it, because the benefits are there. But like me in times like this, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. The other question is, how often should I fill my vending machines? Well, that all depends on the location. I just started a new location last week. Sorry, 2 weeks ago. I went after 4 days because it was a short week, just to see how it was, and it was okay. It wasn't bad. So now, and I went after the second week, but because of the holiday, it's short again. So, but the second week was really good. But I do have a card reader on it. The card reader sales, they were a little bit low, but the change was high. The bills were good. So using card readers, they're good, because really, who really carries cash anymore? And it's just more convenient. They might buy it like, oh, well, yeah, just tap it, boom, good to go. One of the big companies is Nayax. It's a good service. I use CoinCo. Their fees are cheaper, and I've seen a lot of comments online about Nayax where they've been calling and texting and messaging and this and that, and they don't get back to them. Now, because of the pandemic, sure, maybe, or is that their regular way of service? Which, if that's the fact, then that sucks. And no, this is not brought to you by Pepsi Zero, by the way. If you guys are hooked on pop like me, I'll do the odd bike ride now and then. I switched from regular Pepsi to Pepsi Zero, and I've lost 20 pounds. I don't drink a lot of pop anymore. In the summertime, I don't drink a lot of pop because I get gut rot. But I got a big gut. It's taken 48 years to get this way, but I'm losing weight just switching to Pepsi Zero. So if you're watching this, sponsor me and I'll be your guinea pig. It's proven fact. I've lost 20 pounds since December, and all I have done is switch from regular Pepsi to Pepsi Zero. So what was the other question? Oh, right. How often to be filled? So I've tested most of my locations every week. The collection's good, but you have to think about where your locations are. Like, I've seen people online on YouTube, they drive an hour to a location. That's a lot of gas. There and back, that's a lot of gas. So if you switch it to every 2 weeks, you're saving. And if you got a full pop machine, like a Dixie Narco 501 or an AP full snack vending machine, not a combo, a full one, and as long as your dates are good, you fill it right up, go every 3 weeks, go every month. And unless there's issues with the machines, you're saving even more. I never sent any coins for grading yet. Yeah, I'll never. The only one coin I do have that. Oh, where is it? It's a 16. No, 16. 16 and change. I forget what it was, but it's a 16 hammered coin, hammered Roman coin that I got from Scottish relic. Scottish Relics Militech, and they sent me that coin. It was amazing. So I'm currently going to be switching my locations to every 2 weeks. I'm going to see how that goes. And if it turns out that I don't need to go every 2 weeks, I'll try every 3 weeks. And again, if it doesn't need to be done every 3 weeks, I'll go once a month. And that way I'm saving that much more time, that much more money. And if I'm getting more locations, I can concentrate my time on one day. I'll hit all locations, and that way I'm saving on time and gas, and I could, focus my time on other things, promoting the business, getting more locations and whatnot. So I started out 1 week. Now I'm on 2 weeks. I'm going to see how 2 weeks goes. And if it still comes down to where I don't have to go every 2 weeks, I'll try 3 weeks, see how that goes. The next question was, how big are vending machines? Now, there are a few smaller ones, like a 4 wide, which is 4 selections on top. Hello, Bo, baby. My beautiful wife is here. Say hello.
Hello.
Hello. Not too many people this time, but hey, you know what? It's kind of an odd time. People are probably eating with their families.
Well, it is Easter.
It is Easter. Yeah, Passover. I think Passover ended yesterday.
Yes.
So one of the questions was, how big are vending machines? So you got your 4 wide, 5 wide. There might be 6 wide, I think. Some of the machines that I have, they're up to 700 pounds empty. So they are big. So if you're going to bite the bullet and move them yourself, get a proper dolly. Get those ones where they have those wheels that retract out and it tips over, and you can do it like that on a trailer, or if you have a flatbed pickup with a gate that goes up and down. You're going to save money. There are people that just move vending machines. There are moving companies, but they're probably a couple $100, depending on how far you go. It's gonna determine how much you have to pay for that. Another question was, how long does it take to install a vending machine? Well, for me, glare in the face. For me, installing a vending machine, I will go to the location first and, have a little meeting with them, talk about products, what they want, what they would like, check out the location, see where it's going, see how the accessibility is, measure your doors, know your machines first. And when you go to a location, if you've picked up a location but you don't have a machine, side note, I never get a machine unless I have a location. I do not have any machines that are sitting in storage or in a garage. I always get the location first. That way, you're guaranteed you're going to be placing something. A lot of people, they ask, do I get the machine first? I wouldn't do it. I don't do it. I wouldn't suggest it. Because if you buy a machine and then you get a location, which goes back to my comment or my question about locations, installations of the machines, is that you don't know where you're going to go with these machines. Hey, Metal Detecting NC, how's it going, buddy? We're talking vending today. And I know you guys are both in the States, but I out of all the coin roll hunts I've done, I've never found one. But in a vending machine, I got one of these. The V Toonie, the Victory Toonie. Bonus. So what I'll do is, like I said, going back to the question, I will visit with them if it's a go ahead. If it's a go, the location, I will go there. We'll sit down. We'll discuss what type of snacks they want. I will discuss what the demographic of type of people that are working there, because a lot of people that are of ethnic descent, a lot of them will bring their own food and they'll cook and they'll bring it. They will not, very rarely, buy from machines. So that's the other thing you have to check when you're looking at locations is what's the demographic of their employees. And I will, when I go there, I'll find a route. How am I going to get this machine from outside to inside? If they have a big bay door, perfect. But is it going into a lunchroom? Measure the door, measure the width, measure the height. And that way, when you get your machine, you know what you're working with. And that's what I do. Years ago, I held 1960s parking meter head still full of change. The owner wouldn't sell or open it. Would you? Yeah, of course I'd open it. Why wouldn't I open it? You have coins from the 60s and early. Oh, sorry. We have a call. Line 1. Hi, welcome to the show. What's your question? No. Who is it? Your mom? Oh, it's my mother-in-law. I love her to death. She's the best. So for me personally, get the location first because you can do all your measurements, find your pathway from outside to inside. A lot of these warehouses that I go to, they'll have pump trucks. Or the last guy that I did, he had a forklift. He pulled it off the guy's truck, forklifted it right over for me. Makes my life 100 times easier. All I have to do is squeeze it through the door, bring it over to where it was. They had pump trucks. Boom, plug it in. Where you go. Fill it up, set the prices, make sure the coin mech's all full. Away you go. Next question. Can I just get a snack machine? Of course you can. I have 1, 2, 3 AP snack machines, automatic products. They're just snacks, so no refrigeration, no nothing. A lot of the combos they'll either have separate compartments for the pop or multi-level cooling, where it's all open, but the cooling is on the bottom, the pop's on the bottom, the drinks on the bottom, where it won't affect the chocolate. Because if you have chocolate in a refrigerator, it tends to go white, and people freak out about that. People are like, oh, it's bad, nothing, but it's just the crystals in it that are changing it. My dog wants in. Give me a second there. Let me let him in. No. Sorry, guys. Come on in, pups. There we go. All right. Yes, you can get just snack, you can get just combo, and you can get just pop. They are out there. With my culinary background, I'm contemplating getting those machines. I'm sure you've all seen them in like hospitals where you slide the door open, you grab whatever, and offering sandwiches, that kind of stuff. Vending machine, it's restored and full of Brunswick in his den. Bursky. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people do that for their man caves or stuff like that. A lot of the older ones are really cool. Excuse me. Yeah, they're really cool. So, do I offer vending machines for rent? Not really. I don't have vending machines in storage that I could rent out. If it were for like say for example, when I did catering with events, a corporate event, the option is there where you can just fill it right up. They'll pay for everything. They'll pay for the machine. They'll pay for the product. I wouldn't charge too much extra for the product, but I would because I have to get my money for having to go get it delivered, whatever, blah blah. So, but I'll set it on free vent. They just walk up, pops out, boom, you get a free candy for an event, which is fun. They like that kind of stuff, right? I've seen it on what's his name, Jaime Ibanez. He did a vending machine at Halloween, and he just set it to free vend. People would walk up, hit it, and boom, free candy, right? So it is available. It is an option, but I have not been asked that yet, but it could be done. It could be done. Let's see what else here. Who chooses the products placed in the vending machines? Well, most vending machines, if they're combos, they'll probably have 6 to 8. If it's a full vending machine, like a Dixie Narco, it'll be 8 to 10. So depending on if it's a branded machine, I will not buy a branded machine unless it's a super good deal. Then I'll just get. It's never happened, but if it did come up where I got a really good deal on a branded, when I say branded, I mean like Coke is all over it or Pepsi's all over it. I'll go to my guy down the street and I'll get some vinyl and just cover it up. It's going to cost me $100, whatever. But if it's the machine's worth it, then I'll just do it. There is a company that will do that I know of that will do the whole the front, the plexiglass front, and redo that. But that's a little bit more money. So I don't have any branded machines. No, sorry. The question was, all right, who chooses the product to place in the vending machine? Now, when I go have a meeting with the new location, I'll ask them more for the snacks, not the pop. I'll just do a variety of drinks. Right now, a new machine that I have in the location that I just put in there about a week and a half ago, I did Pepsi and Coke to see which one sells. If I find out that one sells more than the other, I'll just get rid of it because I have other machines that have Pepsi and Coke. I prefer personally Pepsi. I like Pepsi Zero better than Coke Zero personally. Side topic, if you're watching after the stream, welcome. We're chit-chatting about the vending business in here in Canada compared to the US. We don't have a lot of people in here that we can kind of go back and forth. So we're just kind of going with some questions that have been asked to me in the past. But thank you. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. We're going to be doing this every Sunday. Probably we started at 5 o'clock today. We might do 6:30 a bit later, maybe. Everyone's still coming home from their jobs and eating. Now it's Easter weekend. People are probably eating at home with their families, so they're not watching on YouTube. But anyways, so yeah, going back to the question, who chooses? Well, if they don't care, I choose. This location that I just got, they wanted some healthy options. So, they do have an input. If, and it all boils down to your supplier. If they have healthy snacks and they ask for it, it's a great option because people want that quick snack. And especially with COVID, who wants to leave and have to go down to the corner store and there's more people and this and that, and the chance of, perhaps contracting COVID when you can stay at work, when everyone is fine, they get the COVID test and that. So, if you can get healthier snacks from a supplier, offer a couple. There's nothing wrong with that. I do it. I have like the Sun Chips, the baked chips, pretzels. They're a bit better than obviously the regular chips, the deep fried chips, flavored popcorn. I also have, granola bars, quinoa bars, that kind of stuff. So it's a little bit healthier than your standard chocolate bar and that kind of stuff. So where is Adam from Hill Vending? Are you here? Where's Jaime or Brandon? Where are you guys, man? I sent you guys messages to come on over here and say hi. What size of products can the machines hold? Well, again, that depends on the machine you have. A lot of the older machines, they'll only do cans, which I am a super big supporter of cans because from a business standpoint, if you have bottles, they could, take a few sips, put the cap back on, throw it in the office fridge. If you have a can, sure they can still do it, but it'll go flat. So maybe they might chug it faster so it's not flat. So you got to keep that in mind when there are machines that you could switch it up where you can add bottles. There are machines that do bottles and cans. There are machines that do straight bottles, but I prefer straight cans personally. What areas of the country does Vending Group do we service? Well, I service York region where I'm at. I will go out of my way if it is a good location, 100 plus employees. Definitely, I will. If it's worth it, I'll definitely do it for sure. How much do the Coca-Cola products cost to purchase out of the machine? Well, the question was, how much do the Coca-Cola products cost to purchase out of the machine? Well, that depends on where you are. If you're in the States or Canada, the prices vary. Now, I've seen, it depends how much you buy it for. When I was working in the restaurant industry, I had Coke reps, I think it was Coke or Pepsi reps, come by and saying that they can't beat the price that Costco sells it for because they have such a huge buying power that they get amazing deals. They work out deals with Coke or Pepsi and they get deals because they get truckloads, So, it's good to, I have an app called Flip, F-L-I-P-P. And I'll just type in Coke or Pepsi or root beer, A&W, Crush, whatever. And instead of me looking through all the flyers, it just pops up in my area. I got to type in a certain area to search. But it tells me where to go. If it's close to me, boom, I go over. I just picked up a 2-4. The 2-4s? Yeah, 2-4s. I remember when I first started vending, I can get a 2-4 for like $4.25. It was ridiculous. Now the standard 2-4 is about, here in Canada, is about $7 to $10 for a 2-4, depending on where you go. My main suppliers are about $8. Iced tea is a little bit more expensive, and obviously when you get into the Powerades, that kind of stuff, or Perrier water, it's a lot more expensive. Red Bull, for like a 12-pack of Red Bull here in Canada, it's like $30 some odd, and it's like, there's no friggin' way, man. I'm not going to spend that. I'll just keep it to the regular price. Next question. How many product choices are in soda machines? Well, like I mentioned before, it depends on the machine. Some machines, the older ones will have 6, some will have 8. Some of the not so older ones will have 10. If you get those new Dixie Narcos with the elevator, you can get like 30 different selections. But I tend to steer clear from those because it's just more things to go wrong. You got a motor, you got all your motors to vend it out. Plus you have the motor for it to go up, the motor for it to go this way, the motor for it to flip it out into the thing, the motor to open the door. It's just way too much to go wrong. So I steer clear from those ones. I just do the one motor to vend it out. Boom, that's it. That is it. That's all I worry about. How are refunds and repairs handled? Well, refunds, which is a good thing when you have accounts, because I deal with one person and they know that they talk to that person. They say, hey, Jason, how you doing, buddy? BC Treasure Trail's in the house. Metal Detecting NC just stepped out. Mikey, Archaeology Mikey 007 is out. We're talking vending today, my friend. We're getting back into the vending business, and I thought, you know what? There's not too many live streams about vending or anything for that matter in Canada. So I'm taking the bull by the horns and doing it myself. So the last question was, sorry, how are refunds and repairs handled? Now I have a technician that a lot of the stuff I don't. When it comes to the computer, I don't touch it. I let technicians come in and do that. Now I have warranties on my machines that, they come out. I don't pay. I pay monthly. That they will. It's a small fee. You pay monthly, and they'll come out, and you can do 100 times a day, and they have to come out. But a lot of this stuff like changing coils, changing motors, all that kind of stuff I can do myself. Changing the price, I mean, that's easy. When it comes to refunds, when I was saying before that I have one guy that I deal with that I had the meeting with, so they know to go to that person. Usually if someone says, oh, they put $2 in for a bag of chips, and if I see them, I'll just give them the bag of chips because I don't give them their money back unless they ask. Now, if they're super pissed, I'll give them the money back and the product just to be nice. And, because it's all about customer service in this industry. Even though you're never there to do it in person when it happens, you'll tend to know places that will kind of take advantage of that. Say, oh, this guy gives me money every time he says I lost my money. So what I tend to do the first time it happens, I'll go back from the same. If it happens again, I haven't had this problem yet. My machines are sure vend. So if there's sensors on the bottom, if nothing falls through, it'll say make another selection. If it gets stuck, same thing, make another selection. But I say take a picture so I see that it actually happened. Not that, and the way I get around not kind of blaming them for lying is I'll say, I need that picture to show the technician so that I can show them what happened. Also, I need to know, because if I'm putting these in the wrong way or it gets caught somehow, I know which one it got stuck from or got stuck in and how it got stuck, what the issue was, and I can fix that the next time and it won't happen again. So that's how you kind of get around without being kind of like pissed at them or them getting pissed at you saying, what do you think I'm lying? What type of electrical outlet do you need for the vending machine? Regular plugs. You don't need like 210 or anything like that. Just a regular plug. I think when you get into the larger hot food producing vending machines, you might need 210 for those because they'll have like a fryer. If like I've seen vending machines that vend French fries, pizzas. You might need a 210 for that because the power it takes. But regular vending machines, regular plug, 3-prong, 3-phase, boop, boop, in, and you're good to go. What if my vending machine is vandalized? Well, knock on wood, that has not happened to me yet. Hopefully it doesn't happen. My machines haven't been vandalized. And that is another reason I do not have my vending machines in public places other than businesses inside. One, because they have cameras inside. And, if it happens on the inside, you know who did it. And you say, hey, Bob, what happened, man? What's going on? You smashed up my machine. If it's outside at a public location, and that happens, the chances of finding that guy, slim to none. And even if you did find the guy, what do? Take him to court? Your court fees, you got to take time off to go. It's not worth it. So I don't have any vending machines in public places outdoors. They're all inside companies. Yes, that would that would take away from it being accessible 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But I'd rather take that chance than it getting vandalized outside, or someone maybe stealing it, pulling up with a pickup truck and stealing the whole damn thing. So that's my my take on that. But I've seen some machines, the glass gets smashed out. It's like, at least a good $1,000 from what I've seen to get the plexiglass, because it's custom made. It's cut unless you can order it from the manufacturer. Well, these older machines, they don't do that stuff anymore. So you got to go to a sign company, get a custom. He'll have to come out, measure machine, measure the holes, custom cut, whatever the holes, find out where the holes are, and then you got to get a vinyl on it for the picture, for whatever you have on it, right? So it's just it's a big expense that I do not want to take a chance at losing. What are the requirements to install a soda? Oh, wait a second. Hold on. Oh, wait, sorry. I skipped ahead. Will I receive any bill for having a vending machine? Well, the only bill you will have is when you purchase it.
Okay.
Or
if
you get it serviced.
Mm-hmm.
Or when you purchase product. That's the only time you're going to get a bill. Why would you get a bill? Now, depending on some locations, they ask for a commission. I do not have any locations with commissions. I will not offer a commission at all. Unless down the road it is at I think the only way I would ever offer a commission is if I did it. Hey, what is up? What's going on, my friend? How you doing? Clark Cove in the house. We're talking vending. We're talking vending today. I know it's not like metal detecting, but that's all right. I was frustrated because there's not a lot of people in the vending industry in Canada doing live streams, so I'm gonna try and monopolize on that one, and hopefully my subscribers go. Brrr. So, anyways, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. Doing good. I hope you're both doing well. Thank you very much for stopping by. I do appreciate it. So no, you will not receive a bill unless you're paying a commission for your location. I've seen people paying 50%. Oh, I saw this one video, 50% commission. That is brutal. There's no way in HE double hockey stick that I would pay 50%. I don't care unless I was making no, I wouldn't. I'd never pay 50%. The maximum I would ever pay, but I would have to be making a ton of money, would be 10%. I've turned away people that have asking for more than that, 15, 20%. And I told them, I said, listen, I'm providing a service for you, for your staff, your employees, your guests, your clients. I'm providing a free service. I'm not charging you to put the machine there. This is a free service for everyone. And if it ever came down to me paying a service fee, and it was maybe 5%, I'd tell them, I'll say, listen, either I keep the price down, or if you want to charge me a commission, I'm going to have to raise the prices to cover the commission. Like, what? Like, I'm not taking away from your business by adding a pop machine or a snack machine. If your customers are sitting there waiting for their car to get fixed at a dealership or something, and they're pissed because it's taking so long, at least this will take away from having them wait. At least they can grab a pop. And hey, sorry to keep you waiting, guys. You know what? Let me buy you a pop and a snack. And that helps them with customer service. So that's how I push the no service fees, no commissions. Sorry, no commission, not service fee. But it's majority dealerships that want a commission, which they're just greedy. That's all. Okay, where are we here? Okay, just going through the questions here. One of the questions was, what product can I put into a Coca-Cola vending machine? Well, if you have an account with Coke, and they do care that you have to buy from them specifically, because in the restaurant industry, I don't think that this is. I called Pepsi and they don't do this. I tried to get a hold of Coke, but it was just voicemail, so I gave up. In the restaurant industry, if I want a cooler fridge, 2-door sliding cooler fridge, they will provide that to you for free as long as you buy their product. Now, in the restaurant industry, you can get deals from like Costco or whatever, and it's a lot cheaper. As long as you buy their products a couple times a month, they really don't care. But when it comes to a branded vending machine, if it's your own machine, I really don't think they care. I don't think. I've never come across someone that's, hey, this is Coke, you got Pepsi, what's going on? But that's why I don't buy branded machines. I just buy generic machines, and you can put whatever you want in it. So that's how I get away with it. Who just popped in? Twisted Tips, what's up, brother? We're talking vending today, my friend. Well, it started out U.S. versus Canada, how the differences are, but not too many vending people are here today. Just my friends on the my other friends from Coin Roll and detecting and that kind of stuff. But we're just going through questions I've received about vending. So, what facilities work best for vending machines? Well, now there's locations that are amazing, like town buildings, but you have to bid on that. Bids and tenders. You got to put in an application process, and usually they want a commission on that. But if you got that bid, if you won the bid, you have the opportunity to putting it into every single town facility they have, skating rinks, office buildings, town halls, that kind of stuff. So if you win the bid, you can do them all. So that's a good thing. But they want a commission, and you have to bid on it, and it goes to the highest bidder. So I tend to do private locations, factories with 50 or more employees. I'm not discriminating in any way, shape, or form, but a lot of factories that have very ethnic, diverse background working there, they tend not to buy from the machines. This is just from history and what I've noticed myself. They do a lot of cooking at home. They bring it, and they do not buy from the vending machine. So that's one of the questions I'll ask, when I talk to the new locations. What's the demographic background of your employees? So, because it's that could be, they can have 100 employees, but if only half of them are of Caucasian or whatever, maybe only half of them will buy it. So you might think, oh, there's 100 employees, wicked. But if half of them don't buy, then you got to take that in consideration. I'll do factories, a lot of factories. I have parts supply stores that deliver, because they have a lot of drivers when they deliver the products out to the different locations or mechanic shops. I tend to stay away from mechanic shops, because probably only 4, maybe 5 employees. And right now, because of COVID, people aren't waiting for their cars to get fixed. So there's not a wait. They're not allowed to be in the waiting room. So I right now I'm staying away from that. So I'm doing right now. They're all at factories that are allowed to be open right now, that have a lot of delivery people, because they have 10, 15, 20 delivery guys, and they're on the road. So they can pop in and pop their lunch in from home in the microwave, but it's better off for them grabbing a bag of chips or a snack and a pop and eating on the road. So those are the type of locations that I look for, that I have. Someone just popped in. Say hello. Don't be shy. CJ from the Great White North. We're talking vending today, my friends. There hasn't been a lot of people vending live stream talking about vending. So hopefully we're going to keep this going every Sunday. Today we started at 5. We've been going for an hour already. Holy crap. We might go a little bit later. People are starting to roll in about 6. So it's Easter weekend. That might play a factor. Everyone's at their families eating dinner, and that. So, other question is how is location secured? Well, unfortunately, locations are never guaranteed. You have to provide an amazing service. If there are ever any issues with the machines, if you're close by, stop what you're doing, get over there, fix it right away. One, if your machine is down, if something happened, anything, they'll just draw out of order, stick it on there, and then nobody buys anything, even if it was just, the debit machine wasn't working or whatever. Excuse me. So you want to get there as soon as possible, fix that machine, get it working right away, so there's never any issues. I don't have any contracts. That is, a lot of people are nervous about contracts, thinking they're going to get stuck into a contract. And I always tell them, I say, you can tell me to take my machine and get out anytime you want. But I tell them that I want first right of refusal if that ever happens. Because if someone comes in saying, oh, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll do this, I'll that, I want them to come to me and say, hey, listen, I had a company come in and they said they'll offer me a commission. And I'll say, well, what's the commission? And we'll discuss it and go from there. But I luckily, knock on wood again, I have not had that issue yet. So that's a good thing. Another question is, how often are items replaced? Now, depending on locations, depending on how much you stock it. Hey, Phil, did you get it yet? Did you get it yet, Phil? I play a little trickery on that package there, so don't be shocked when you're like, hey, what? Hopefully you got it. But I did send it last week sometime, so hopefully you got it. What was I saying? Oh, replacement. Yeah. So if it depends, you got to check your dates. Check your dates when you're buying your product. Now, the one thing between bottles and cans, another reason why I like cans is cans have a longer expiration date, because I'll find out tomorrow. Okay, good. You should get it. I sent it in the same package. You'll see when you get it. Check your dates. Always check your dates. A lot of smaller stores, if you get a good deal, check the dates. It might be a month out. So unless you can get rid of that product quick, I mean, that's why it's cheap, because they want to blow it out and get rid of it. But sometimes I purchased a location with machines, and I checked the product. I checked every date on every single thing other than the pop, because I can't get in there. I'll vend a couple from the bottom. I'll take a couple on top, check the date, they're good. But the snacks, I can check every single one, because I just pull the drawer out, check them. And the one location I purchased, there was dates that were like 3 weeks away. So I said, I'm not paying for this product. It's three weeks away. Take them if you want them, or you can leave them. but I'm not paying for them because why am I going to pay? Hey, Nick, what's going on, my friend? Thanks for popping in. I appreciate it. Happy Easter to you. Hanukkah, whatever else you do. Passover, not Hanukkah. Sorry. We're talking vending. Nick, I got to show you something. Nick. Don't go anywhere. So, out of all the coin roll hunts I did, I never, ever found one. When I started doing the collections on the vending machines, look what I found. Boom. My first one. My very first one ever. Not in my change from the stores, from a vending machine. Someone popped this in a vending machine. And that's what I was saying before on my coin roll hunts. People really don't care about this stuff. Most people don't care. So I'm keeping that one. So that was pretty cool. Just finished dinner. Nice. Very good. So depending on the dates, check your dates. If I go to a location, hypothetically, if I go to a location, usually Fridays, some will be Saturday because they're open Saturday. But if it's a Friday and I'm not going back for another 2 weeks, if that product expires within 1 week, I'll take it out and I'll just put it in my belly or give it to my son because he'll eat it. Because by the time it gets to that product, if I fill a row and it takes one, there's a couple of things you got to think about here. If I fill a row, there's usually about, say, chips. If there's usually about 10, if it takes you more than 2 weeks to get through 10 chips, one, don't fill it up all the way. Two, is this location worth it? Now I have one location with a couple machines. Do I cut it down to half? Then I can take that machine and put it in a new location, which is something that I'm really contemplating doing with this one location because there's a few machines there. Okay, questions. What else here? Now, the other thing regarding Canada versus US, I did mention it earlier, but depending on how far south you are, it's hot all year round. So people in the States, Adam from Hill Vending, he's in Tampa Bay, Florida. Sorry, Tampa Bay, Florida. There you go, Adam, if you're watching in the reruns. Super Bowl champs. But it's hot all year round. So their business is booming. Here in Canada, it's not the same. I don't have any vending machines outside. I will never, ever, ever put vending machines outside. One, vandalism. Period. I've back in my mid-20s, I've come away from a bar, drunk or whatever, and if a machine eats my money, I'm pounding on that thing. And even if I'm not pounding hard and you crack something, that's a lot of money to replace that kind of stuff. So yeah, I think that was my question. So what is needed to start a vending machine business? Well, depends on where you live. In the States, you might need to get LLC, the licensing and all that kind of stuff. Sometimes insurance. Because if the machine falls on them, you don't want to get sued. But when it just comes down to starting a vending machine business, you have to remember it's not just the cost of the machine. You have to fill it up. You also have to fill up the change mechanism. That is a few $100s to fill that right up. Like in Canada, we have coin mechs that take dollar coins and $2 coins. So my coin mech will take at least 3 rolls of loonies and at least 3 rolls of toonies. So loonies, that's $75. Toonies, that's $50, $100, $150. About 3 rolls of quarters, so that's $75. I think 2.5 to 3 rolls of dimes, which is $5, $10, $15. Nickels, if they take nickels. If it's 2 rolls, it's $2 a roll. So that's $2, $4, $6. So it adds up. So not only the cost of the machine, it's the cost of the product, the cost of the coins to fill up that coin mech. So if you get a machine for like, we'll keep it around number of $1,000. Let me get a pen here. So if I buy a machine for $1,000, they will try and hustle you and say, well, do you want it to come with an updated coin mech? That's an extra $200. Do you want to have a card reader? That's an extra $300. So if they want updated coin, and these companies that have been doing it for a long time, they'll swap out old. If they buy a machine that's got a new one and they want to sell that machine, they'll take it out, put the old one in, and sell that and try to upsell. Scumbags, I tell you. So hypothetically, if it's $1,000, maybe they'll charge you for an updated coin mech. If not, we'll give it an even $200. Okay. If you have an updated bill reader, here in Canada, we just got the new bills not too long ago. So, will it take the new bills? If it doesn't, you're screwed. It won't take any bills. So you have to update the bill reader. So we'll say that's another $200. Do you want a card reader to take debit? Here in Canada, we have, I guess you guys have debit in the States, I think. Comment down below if you don't. Let me know either way. Do you want a bill reader, a card reader? That's an extra $300. With that coin reader, with that card reader, depending on the company, there's service fees every month about $10. I go with Coinco. They're a little bit cheaper than Nayax. Nayax is about $10 to $12, but there's an upcharge if you want to see a detailed amount of what sells, because you can program what sells, and when they push the number, it tells you exactly you sold 5 chocolate bars, Kit Kat, whatever, or 5 this, 5 that, but it goes to $14.95 a month in Canada. So I didn't go that route. I don't care because I always have product in my car left over for when I'm filling machines. There's always stuff left over, and I always have a couple extra just in case. And for the stuff that I always keep an extra at the machine, I have my APs, my AP snack machines. There's a spot underneath that you can put some extra, chocolate bars, chips, whatever, and it won't get too hot, so it won't melt the chocolate, so you're good. But remember that there when you're going shopping, because you don't want to overbuy and then get stuck with the product and then it goes out of date. So the card reader is $300 plus your monthly fee is, I'm just doing $9.95. Jesus, $9.95. So at the machine, we got the updated coin mech, we got the updated bill reader, we have the card reader. Now you have product. So if you fill the machine right up, I would love to stay, but I have a list of things to do for tomorrow. Have a great, you too, Nick. Thanks, buddy. Don't forget to smash that like button. Share the stream out, would you? Huh? Thanks, buddy. So, if you want to fill up a machine, if you're going to go, if you're testing the waters, get a 2-4 of each. So if you have 10 selection on a pop machine, 10 times 24, that's 240 cans. So give me a second there. If each case costs you, I've seen it from $7 up to $10. So let's just say $8. So we'll say $8. 10 cases, that's $80. That's just pop. If you have a combo machine, same thing. I have a 4 wide, which is 4 selections. 4 chips, for a second row of 4 chips. Then I have 8 candies or whatever, chocolate bars, another 8. So that's 8 different chips. So luckily, the supplier that I go to, you can break up the box. You can get 6 and 6, 5, 8, 10, whatever you want. You don't have to buy a full box. Some distributors you have to buy a full box. If you have enough machines, that's fine. You might get a little bit cheaper when you buy a full box, but for me, I don't buy a full box unless they're multi-pack, which they don't do very often. So say for example, I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If I get 8 different selections, and I buy say 10 each, and we'll say 10 each if it's full, we'll say 5, right? So 8 selections, that's 40, and I'll get them at 75 cents each. That's 30 bags, or sorry, $30, 8 selections, 8 times 5 times 70 is $30. That's just chips. So as you see, we're at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're almost at $1,800 already. We're almost doubled our money already in getting one machine loaded. So you have to. I'm not going to finish because you get the idea. So that then you're looking into peanuts or chocolate bars or gum or this, whatever. So it adds up quick. So you have to keep that in mind when you are filling a vending machine. That is one of the things there. One of their questions is, what kind of electrical access do you need? Well, majority of the machines I use is straight 3-phase, plug in the wall, regular 110, done. But if you're indoors and you got a card reader, you have to make sure you get a good signal. So that's another thing you have to consider when you want to place these machines in factories. Majority of them have tin roofs, steel beams everywhere with a thick coat of like the pebbles and the tar on the roof. So, and it's probably might be inside of a staff room. So that's another wall you got to go through. So you got to make sure you get a good signal when you're placing it in the location there. Let's see. What about my employees who want healthy products? Now, my suppliers, they do carry healthy products. Now, when you consider healthy products, what are you talking about? Do you consider chips that are baked instead of deep fried healthy? That option's there. They are a bit more expensive, but the option's there. You can also get pretzels. I do pretzels. That's a healthier option as well than just chips or candy or gum, whatever. Flavored popcorn. I do that as well. I also do granola bars. I also do quinoa bars. Bars that are like almond based, or like I said, quinoa, that kind of stuff. What else? I have chips that are made from popcorn, same flavors, but it's made from popcorn instead of like the regular whatever stuff, and they're baked, not fried. So again, that's another thing. And like I have here, Pepsi Zero. I've been drinking this since December. I've lost 20 pounds from drinking regular Pepsi. Summertime, I tend not to drink pop because it's too hot. I get gut rot, and usually just water. So the healthy options are available. They are out there. Talk to your distributor, and usually they will have healthier options. And And another question again, how much will it cost me? We just went through that. Scroll back about 5-10 minutes. Go through all of the costs involved in that kind of stuff. My business is seasonal. Now what? So I tend to stay away from seasonal businesses unless I can take those machines and put them somewhere else. Because if it's a seasonal business, usually that means it's outdoors. So I'm sure there are outdoor snack machines. I have never seen them. I know there's outdoor pot machines, but again, you know, if you're talking about golf courses, usually they have a little tuck shop store that sell this kind of stuff. But I've been a chef at a couple of golf courses. And they don't have people that tend the actual store. You got to find someone and get someone or whatever. So a vending machine might be a good option for them, and that's how you sell it to them, right? So, I was contemplating it, but then it's going to be are you prepared to take it out? One, and put it somewhere else, or two, let it sit there for the season that they're not open. Like if you're talking about like a golf course, April, I don't know, I don't play golf. April till maybe October, May, June, July, August, September, October, 6 months. So that means 6 months out of the year that's closed, unless these machines are indoors and they do functions all year round. Another option to keep in mind. So, but obviously it's not going to be as busy as it would be during the summer season when they have golf going nuts. Who is stuck with the inventory? Well, you are. You buy it, it's your inventory. Coin Junkie, what's up? We're talking vending today. All my coin people and detecting people are coming in and out because they're like, oh, they're not talking about detecting. Vending. This is my other side gig that I do is vending. I operate vending machines and at different locations and that. And I'm sick and tired of not having a lot of vending videos in Canada regards to vending business in Canada. So that's why I have this here. But thank you for coming. I greatly appreciate it. Share, like, all that stuff, whatever, you know how it is. But we're just going through questions I got. When it comes to me in Canada and vending for me, question that I've been getting: who gets stuck with the inventory? You do, not the people that you have at the location. It's your product. You buy it. That's why you always have to, if you're not sure about a location, test it out. Don't fill it up all the way. Do not fill it up because you don't want to get stuck with product. If test it out for a couple of weeks. I mean, obviously you're gonna have a honeymoon period where if it's a new company where they've never had a vending machine before, it might be like, oh, vending, and then it just kind of slowly goes down. But you got to give it a good month or two to kind of really test it out. You might have to go there a couple times a week, hopefully not once a week or just once a week, and see how it goes. And in that time, test out the products. If they don't care what you put in there, you put whatever. Or if they ask, I always ask what type of products they like. I'll stop anybody. Hey, it's CJ. I do the vending here. Is there something in the machine that you'd like specifically? And they'll tell you. Most of them say beer, but you can't put beer in there. And you get a good chuckle. It's like, seriously, what type of stuff do you like? And you just ask them all. Like, don't be shy. Just say, hey, what kind of stuff you want to see in the vending machine? Oh, this, that, pretzels, this, whatever, gum, something, Tic Tacs. I have Tic Tacs. I have gum. No PPE though, because most companies now provide that stuff. So no PPE. Yeah. So just ask them. I can't believe how many people are actually scared to talk to people. It's easy for me. I've been in the hospitality industry for 30 plus years. So I'm talking to people all the time, every single day. So it just comes naturally to me now. Um, you know, I do some cold calls, but to me, it's almost a waste of time. You cold call one, you got to drive around, so you're wasting gas, you're wasting your time. 10 people, you can ask 10 people in a day, they all say no. 10 people the next day, one person might say yes. But when they say no, you know, lemon's lemonade, I'll say, you know, can I ask you why? Why do you not want to have it? You know, they might say, oh, we had this one vending, and I've gotten this before. We had this one vending company, you know, it was always empty and the product was always expired, this, that, whatever. And I'll say, listen, I've been in this business for 30 years, hospitality, customer service. That is what drives me, is to make you happy, to, you know, and that's another selling point to get your machine in there. Now, if you're doing like gumball machines or like bulk vending or full line, say, listen, I'll tell you what, let me put my machine in here for 1 month. If you're not happy, I'll take it out. You'll never see me again. But majority of the times they're happy because their staff's like, oh, now I don't have to drive around and wait in line at the convenience store, you know, perhaps bump into someone that's got COVID, this, that, whatever, with now. So I'm taking COVID and using it to my advantage. And I tell them, I say, listen, you know, I have this one location. When you walk in, you walk up to this computer screen or this TV screen that takes your temperature, and okay, you're good to go. And they'll ask you the questions. So they know that their employees are safe. So now they don't have to go out into the general public and chance getting COVID from someone. So I'm taking COVID and using it to my advantage. One, to buy cheap equipment because people are getting scared, dumping it because their place closed down. And that's my selling point. Every time I come, I assure you, I will guarantee you that every product is sanitized. I sanitize the machine. And they have people that go around sanitizing the tables from their business anyways when they have a lunchroom. They have to now. So you say, oh, I noticed you're sanitizing the tables and chairs and stuff. What do you say you sanitize my machines when you come and do this? Here's a bag of chips for free. And they'll do it. For a 75-cent bag of chips, they'll do it. And every time you see them, give a free bag of chips, free pop, because they're helping you. And it's a benefit to you. So, you know, butter them up a little bit. Here's a bag of chips. Here's gum. Here's candy. Here's a pop. You know, like pop only cost me 33 cents, depending on the deal, 25 to 33 cents. If I can get that guy to if I see him once a week and that guy is wiping down my machine multiple times a day and it's going to cost me 33 cents, that's 33 cents well spent in my books. Okay, next question. Uh-oh, what happened there? What are the requirements to place a soda machine? Well, they're not no real requirements. It's just whatever you work out with the location. If you got to make sure it fits. If it has to go through a door or into a staff room, make sure it fits to the door. That's why I never buy a machine before I get the location, because I always have a few people on hand where I know they have machines, and I can call any one of them and say, "Do you got a machine that'll fit through here?" No. Do you? No. Do you? Yes. Boom. I'll go buy that machine and then place it. And there's no real requirements, just an outlet and access. And once you go more and more, they get to know you. And they, oh, hey, hey, CJ, what's going on? Oh, we had a couple employees, they lost their money, whatever. And going back to what I said a while ago, I'll always tell them the first time they don't know, and I'll always tell them next time it happens, take a picture. One, not that I don't want them thinking. I don't want them to think I'm calling them a liar. And I'll tell this to them. I'll say, listen, oh, look at my little Superman curl going here. I'll tell them. I'll say, because I want to know which one it's happening to, so I can fix the problem so it doesn't happen again. Two, if there is an issue, I can show that to the technician and he can fix it. So they're like, oh yeah, sure, no problem. Meanwhile, it's like I want them to prove that they're not bullshitting me, right? Or BSing me, whatever. Same for a snack machine. Snack machine. I'll stop there for a second because I've been in the culinary industry for 30 plus years doing catering. When I put vending machines in locations, I always ask, remember to do this because this is very important. If you're watching this after the live and you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe down there somewhere. Comment down below if you have any questions. I'll answer them on my next live stream. And welcome. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. Snacks. I will always ask them if there are any peanut allergies, if there are any restrictions, because if there's a company here where I live, they do like gluten-free, people have celiac. You don't want them to feel left out, so you offer a couple products that they can buy too, right? Like, oh wow, where'd you get this from? And then they'll start buying snacks all the time from you because they can't get them anywhere else, right? So ask the questions that it's going to benefit you in the long run. What types of vending machines are available? Well, there are full. Well, it depends on what you're talking about. If you're talking about bulk vending, it's like the gumball machines or the peanut machines or candy machines or the stuff that I do. I don't do any bulk vending. It just seems like you got to put a ton of machines out there to get the same back that you have to do for a vending machine, full vending machine. But you have the straight snack, you have straight pop, then you have combos. I have a couple combo. I have one combo, and the rest are full snack, full pop. That's what I have. My wife's coming down the phone. You might be able to hear her, so bear with me there.
And it was obvious that they had tons of cats. And I remember one day, and are you still on?
I'm still on. Yeah, that's okay. That's all right. Say hi.
And hello. And so they had all these cats, and there was one day, and they were handing kittens over to kids from the neighborhood over the fence. Mm-hmm.
Really? Wow, that's crazy.
Hmm? No, that was funny.
What products do you have available in the vending machines? Well, one of my machines is a straight vending machine. I have 3 rows of chips and 3 rows of snacks like gum, chocolate bars, peanuts, that kind of stuff. If you have a combo machine, you can have 4 wides, 5 wides, where it's like, if it's a combo, you'll probably have 8. You could have 8 pops, 2 rows. I have the combo machines I have are AP. Sorry, I have 1 crane that's a full, 1 AP that's a combo. Is it AP? I think it's AP. Whereas 4 wide, so I got 2 rows of 4 chips and 2 rows of 8 of candy, snacks, gum, chocolate bars, whatever, and 8 selections of pop. That's what I have. What if someone loses their money in the vending machine? Well, first, if they're okay with it, I'll just give them a bag of chips because then I'm not losing the sale. If they're happy with that, perfect. That's all they want. They put a buck in. They want their bucks, whatever. If they're super pissed, like I mentioned before, I'll give them their money back and I'll give them a snack, just so they're happy, right? That's the bottom line. You want them to be happy. How often should vending machines be refilled? Well, again, like I said before, it all depends on the location. When you're finding locations, ask how many staff do you have. Right now with COVID, their staff is cut down to half. If it's a factory, the one location I'm at right now, they have 20 office staff and about 50 warehouse staff. They have 2 shifts of 50 each. The warehouse is cut to half. There's no afternoon shift, just day shift. Ooh, I got a head rush off of that one. So ask them, when are your staff coming back? Because obviously they had that many staff in there for a reason, especially the warehouse staff, because they have to meet the demand. Office staff, they can work from home. So you got to ask these questions when you're looking at locations. So I think that is. Oh, my dog wants to go out. You want to go out there, pups? 1 second, guys. I gotta let the puppy out. You want to go outside? You want to go outside? Go make peepees. Okay. Now, I guess what I can do here is there's 4 questions that you need to ask yourself before starting a vending machine business. How much should I invest to start a vending machine business? Well, it depends. Do you want to do this full-time, part-time? How many locations? Do you have locations that want machines? It all depends. Going back to what I said before, you can spend a whole crap load of money. If it's a crappy location, you're going to waste your money. You can buy brand new machines. They're like $4,000 to $8,000. The one good thing about it is they got warranties, tech support with no extra fees. Usually I buy my machines from smaller businesses that have used machines, but they've refurbished them. And they usually don't care about when you call them and say, hey, if they don't have to come out to do it, they don't care about doing it over the phone, because they'll obviously, if they have to come out, they'll charge you. But just depends on how much you want to spend, how much money you got. There are machines out there for dirt cheap. There are good workhorses that'll last you for 20, 30, 40 years. But maybe not 40 years, but over 20 years. But you have to keep in mind about when you're looking at a machine, call the company and saying, are you still making parts for this machine? Are parts interchangeable? Most of the time they might say no, because they want you to buy a new machine, or they're not making them anymore because they're moving. They have so many more newer machines that it's not worth keeping the old parts there. But yeah, depending on the type of the machine, the size of the machine, the locations, how many selections. If it's a combo machine, if it's a full pot machine, full snack machine, depends. I like going with combo machines unless it's over 100 employees. If it's 20 to 50, I'll do a combo, one combo. 100 or more, I'll do a full combo, full snack, full pop. And the other question is licenses. Again, we talked about this earlier. Depends on where you live. In the States, you might need a license. You might need insurance. So that's another thing you look at when you're pricing this kind of stuff out. Insurance is pretty cheap. You can get like $1 million liability for $100 a year or something like that, depending on where you live. You have to go through the process of acquiring the permits. Make sure you ask questions. What licenses do you need? Certifications, insurance, like I said, all that kind of stuff. Business license. If you're going to do this full time, business license, so you can do your taxes and all that kind of stuff. But again, it depends on where you live. Depends on where you live in the States, Canada, what state you live in the U.S. Another question: should I find locations by myself, or should I buy an existing vending machine route? I have done both. I have purchased a route that's already been there. It's already established. It's been there for 2 years. So you know that they're okay with it there. A new location like I just picked up last 2 weeks ago. They're still trying it out, and it's not in their way where the machine is, so there should be no reason why they don't want to keep it there, unless the machine's like ripping them off left and right. That's like, get that thing out of here. It's always, it's always ripping me off. It's always but that's where customer service comes into play. You got to as possible, because then my lagging, then they won't worry about that kind of stuff, because you're taking care of business. But if you're new, a location that's already established, that's good, but you got to ask the questions. You don't. There are people out there that are trying to sell equipment at a location, but it's because those people want that machine out of there. And I've talked to people time and time again where they got screwed because they didn't ask the questions. If I'm talking to you and you're selling me a machine, and I say, well, I'm interested, but I want to talk to the business owner. If they say no, why not? Why not? What's the problem? Because they're probably trying to scam you, and the machine has to be kicked out of there, and you're left on the hook, right? I've seen it before, where someone bought a machine at a location, and they didn't ask the right questions, and the machines were there, and he went to go fill it up, and the guy was like, "Why are you filling it up? You're supposed to get these machines out of here." Now, the guy just dropped an extra money because it's out of location. So usually they pay a little bit extra, a few $100 more, because it's out of location. And now he's stuck with the machine. One, how's he going to get it out of there? Two, where's he going to put it? He bought product. Now you're going to be stuck with all this product. And if that's your first location, it's not going to be fun. How to make your vending machine business profitable? Well, if you're first starting out, a lot of people in the States that I've seen videos for, they'll do gumball machine bulk vending. Now, that is good, because if you get a bulk vending machine in a location, you're in, right? Down the road, say, hey, try it in the summertime, because it's, for here in Canada, it's hot. And say, hey, what would you think about me putting a combo machine in here? If they have the space for it, say, well, let's, try it out. Ask your staff, see what they think. And, you're already in the business anyway, so you might as well, you have your rapport with the owner. What do you think about me putting a snack machine? So you're in. Now, what I'm in the process of doing right now at one of my locations is, I went after 1 week. I checked it out. It's the first week, so people are still forgetting that they can buy it from there. So give it a good couple weeks. Give it a good month before you really see the reaction of having the machine there. If you have a card reader, you're good off the hop, because people can just tap, boom, you got the snack. Because I don't carry change, or like a change around me, unless I have to put it in the machine. It's always card, tap, debit, whatever. So, give it a good month before you really know how it is, how often you should go. The less you have to go, if you can fill it up and go every 3 weeks as opposed to once a week, not knowing, you're wasting money, your time, you're wasting your gas. So if it's a good enough location where it can last, I mean, obviously if it sells out, go and fill it up, but don't let it be too empty too long, because then they'll get pissed as well. So yeah, that's another couple questions to look at when you're Thinking about the vending business. Let's see what other questions there are. I'm just going through my emails here. Can I operate from my house? Very good question. Very good question. I'm in my house. It all depends on how many locations you have. If you have multiple locations, like Adam from Hill Vending, I think he said he has 150 locations. He's got a warehouse. Now, when you're getting into like, 10, 20 locations, okay, now you got to start buying more. Are you going to head to the store every other day? If you have a van, that might be okay. Where are you going to put all this pop or chips or snacks? Do they have to be refrigerated? If you're going to take the chocolate bars out of your van because it's hot and they're going to melt, you got to put them in a refrigerated or a cool area. So again, these are all things you have to think about when you're going into the vending business. In the beginning, yeah, sure, why not? You can start at home. Why not? I'm doing it. I'd love to get a location, but if I don't have to, that's the one less thing I got to pay. My garage can, fit a bunch of vending machines if I had to, and store pop and chips and all that stuff, no problem whatsoever. Can I do this business part-time? Of course you can. Of course you can. Ozzy, coming in? Come on. Come on, pups. Come on in. Good boy. 1 second, guys. 1 second. Good boy. Yeah, you can definitely start. This could be a part-time job. I would love for it to be a full-time job, but for it to be a full-time job, I'd need like 50 plus locations. In honesty. Next question: how good is the cash flow? Another good question. It's all a cash business unless you have the card readers. Adding card readers, there is obviously extra fees involved, but it does increase your sales. Majority of the people that I've talked to about the card companies, they pay out every 2 weeks. So you got to keep that in mind too. If you're first starting out and you have a lot of sales with cards, you might get strapped in that first rotation of waiting for money to come in every 2 weeks. It could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing. Because if you're filling up, if it's brand new and you're filling up all these machines and majority of the sales are cards, you have no money coming in. So you have to put it out of your pocket again. But eventually every 2 weeks, that cycle, every 2 weeks, money's going to come in and you're good. So if you don't have to go to that location, every week, if you can wait 2 weeks, you're good. Once I'm in business, how long before I start making money? Well, it all depends on what you pay for the machine. Now, if it's a new machine, you're going to pay a lot of money, straight up. If it's a used machine, you're going to save on money, but you got to make sure, is it refurbished? Did the place go through it all, check all the motors, check everything, grease it up, this, that, whatever? Is there a warranty? Do they offer a warranty? Because then, this one guy tried to sell me one, I'll give you a 30-day or 3-month warranty. And I'm like, that means nothing to me. 3 months is nothing. Give me 3-year warranty. If something happens to this machine in the first 3 months, I don't want to buy it. And he kind of went like, oh, well, you can just call me and I'll, unless you have to pay for parts, but labor, I won't charge you labor. And soon as he starts talking like this, I'm like, this is fishy. I don't like it. So I didn't buy a machine from the guy. He tried to say, oh, when people call me all the time asking for vending machines, but I can't do it, I'll give it to you. You buy your machine for me and I'll get you locations. But again, doesn't mean squat. He gets his money for his machine, but your initial investment, it depends on location. I let's see, 36912. I charge 4 times what I pay for it, depending on the product, because that'll cover my fuel costs. That'll cover my wear and tear of my machines. It'll cover taxes. So, for example, if I pay 25 cents for a can of pop, I'm charging $1 straight up. If you go to if you're in Canada, you go to Wonderland one, they don't sell cans anymore, but hypothetically, if you're going to go buy a can from a machine at Wonderland, you're going to pay like $3 easy. So just depends on the location, really. But it all depends on the location, because if you spent $1,000, let's see here. If all my product, if you spend $1,000 a machine, if you spend $1,000 on a machine, everything included, bill, blah blah blah, this that. If you didn't have a card reader, it would just $1,000 straight up, and you're making $300 a month. It's going to take you over 3 months to get your money back. No, if you're making $300 a month, and that is, we'll say $400 a month. Okay, so if I'm making $400 a month, I take my $100 off. That's going to cover the cost of the food. So you're making $300 a month. So 3, 6, 9, 12. Technically, it'll take you 4 months to pay off the machine. Sorry, 4 months. I'm looking at the screen here, so I'm over here. So technically, it'll take you 4 months to pay off the machine. But once that's paid off, then you're making money, right? So. You still there, Coin Junkie? You lurking in the background there? Is that you still hanging out with me? If you guys are watching after the stream, thank you so much for stopping by. I greatly appreciate it. My name is CJ from the Great White North up here in Canada. We're talking vending, how the vending business is here in Canada. We're going to talk about COVID a little bit. We talked about COVID a little bit before, how I benefited from COVID. Yep, you're still here. All right, good. Thanks for sticking around. I appreciate it. Another question I got here was, what kind of products sell best? Well, you have to do your homework. You have to consider what is the demographic of the employees of where your product is being sold. If you sell product geared towards that demographic, you might sell more. If if there's people that because of religious reasons they don't eat certain products or whatever, if they're vegetarian or if they're celiac, which is gluten issues, they won't buy your product. So you have to offer a variety of stuff in the beginning, and you kind of play with it, see what sells. Don't fill it up. Just try a few. The supplier that I go to, you can grab 4. You don't have to buy a whole box. You buy 4 chocolate bars in a box. So I just try and see how it is. And then you kind of play around. You ask questions. Hey, what do you want to see in the vending machine? You guys can't stand Coke products? All right, I won't put Coke products in there. Just ask them. There's no harm in asking. Not at all. Another question: where do I buy my candy, soda, and snacks? Going back to what I was saying in the last 2 hours already. Holy moly! We're gonna wrap this up pretty quick, guys. I have a bunch of questions. Maybe I should save it for next week. But there are a lot of wholesale places. There are a lot more in the States than there are in Canada. That's for sure. But I have an app on my phone, and it works for more for bulk than it would for full line vending, but it works for pop as well. It's called Flip, FLIPP. I'll type in Coke, and it tells me, and so I don't have to hold all the flyers and go through the flyers. I type in Coke. It tells me in my area what store is selling Coke at the best price. I go there, buy Coke, save money. Costco is a good place. Costco has a better price than getting it directly from Coke or Pepsi, because Costco, they buy truckloads and truckloads of it, so they get preferred pricing. So Costco's a good place. In the States, you got Sam's Club. Costco here in Canada, there's one location that I know of that's business geared. They have more selections when it comes to candy bars, chips, that kind of stuff, pop cans, bottles, whatever. Majority of the Costco's in my area are more family related, so they don't have a lot of selections for like bags of chips. They'll have the smaller ones, like the ones for Halloween, and those are hard to sell. You know, you gotta drop your prices way down for those ones. I made that mistake once. Is the market saturated, and are there enough locations for me to expand? There are tons and tons of locations. You just got to find them. You got to do your homework. You have to, send emails, make phone calls, do cold calls. When you go there, have your stuff ready, have your little spiel ready. Say, hi, my name is CJ. I'm from York Region Vending Solutions. I was just wondering if you guys currently, or if you're looking to have vending machines placed in your place of business, free of charge. Make sure you say free. They're like, free? What, free? And then obviously, other than them buying the product, but a lot of people will say, no, not interested. But don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to ask why. It might be that they had a horrible experience before, and then you say, listen, I'll guarantee you I will be 100 times better than whoever was here before, because my business is geared on is based on hospitality, service, the clients, the customers, and it's all about service, quality service. If you don't like it after a month, let's try it for a month. You don't like it, I'll take it out. You don't have to do anything. Show me where to put it. I'll plug it in. I'll install it. I'll fill it up. I'll fill it up every week. There's nothing you got to do. And it's a good service for them too, right? So, we already talked about that. One of the questions is, can my family service the machines? Yes. Depending on how old they are, depending on the location, but you have to make them aware that there are going to be other people coming to service the machines. The majority of the people, they don't care. Some factories, they would rather not have kids. Like if your kids with you, dope, because it's a safety hazard, right? So I wouldn't suggest bringing kids around. But there's videos out there with teenagers doing this, right? But they're the ones setting it up. They're the ones talking to the business. They're the ones, so they know that face, right? They know that person. But really, if you have the keys, anyone can do it. Is the equipment easy to assemble? Well, majority of the machines that I get, they're already assembled. There might be, if you're buying brand spanking new, you could ask them to assemble it for you. All the shims, tell them you want to put in cans and put 2 for pop bottles, or they will assemble it to your requirements usually. And it's you just got to talk to them. They'll do it. But I bought all my machines already assembled, so I have no issues with that. Do I need special skills to operate these vending machines? Yes and no. Depending on the machine. I will not touch electrical. I don't want to fry it. But changing shims, changing prices, all the basic stuff, changing the selection tab choices, that's easy. That's very easy to do. Changing motors, if you're somewhat mechanically inclined, you can change out a motor, change out coils. If you want to make it from a narrow to a wider one, you just pop out the coil and slide it out, and you're good to go, kind of thing. So if you're not sure, get a technician to do it because you don't want to screw yourself and have to pay more money. But you know what? I think I'm going to save these next questions for next week because we've been going for 2 hours and 10 minutes. So I don't want to go through all my questions. I have nothing to talk about next week. So I want to thank everyone that's came in. Coin Junkie, thanks for hanging out right to the end, brother. I appreciate it. I go through all these as far back as I can go to thank everyone for coming. Archaeology, Mike 007, thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. I really, really do. Let's see who else is in here. Metal Detecting North Carolina, thank you so much, Mike, for coming in. Appreciate it. BC Treasure Trails, Jason, thank you very much. Clark's Cove, thank you, sir. I'm not sure if it's Sir or Mrs. that we're watching, but thanks for coming in. Twisted Tips, thank you very much for coming in. Phil, thanks for coming in. Let's see. Nick Molnar, thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. Coin Junkie, it's just you, brother. It's just you. Thank you so much for coming. And I know you said you wouldn't give me your real name. I've already asked you before and you wouldn't tell me, which is good. It's all good. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. If you guys are watching in the replay and you have any questions you want to ask for next week's live stream, comment down below. I will get those answered in the next stream. I'm also in the process of having some people come on with me and join me on my live streams to to help answer questions. But yeah, I appreciate you guys coming out like always. Thank you very much. My name is CJ from the Great Wide North. Today we're talking vending, and hopefully you got some good information out of this. If you did, I would appreciate it that you get a thumbs up, hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe and turn on the notifications bell so YouTube will notify you when I go live again. So thank you very much. We're at 2 hours, 11 minutes, 54 seconds. That's kind of a short one for me, but that's okay. I will see you again soon. We will be going live, hopefully every Sunday. We're going to try for 6 o'clock next week, but stay tuned. If you're subscribed, you'll see the notification. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. We will talk to you again soon. And if you have questions again, remember, comment down below. Send me a quick email. Let me just pop this banner up quickly. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, send me a quick email at York Region Vending Solutions at gmail.com. York Region. Hold on a second here. Gmail. Just popping the bomb there. Right there. York Region Vending Solutions, gmail.com. Ask all your questions, and I will get back to them on my next live stream. And if it's important and you know right away, let me know, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for coming in. I greatly appreciate it. My name is CJ. We're talking vending here in the Great Wide North, and we will see you soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Stay safe, and we'll see you soon.